Dumela, welcome to Dumela, America, the podcast of the U.S. Embassy in Gaborone. Today, I am your host, Naomi Tshosa. We have a special episode celebrating innovation, partnership, and the power of educational exchange. This year, as the United States celebrates 250 years of independence, our Freedom 250, and Botswana will be celebrating 60 years of independence. We're highlighting a groundbreaking collaboration that brings together three of Botswana's leading universities, the University of Botswana, Buang, and Bust, through the Ideas Test Lab program, also known as Unipod. Today we'll hear from who is one of the innovators with a product ready to hit the market. Can you please tell us about your product and how ready it is to hit the market? What your innovation addresses?
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Naomi Tshosa. My name is Gershenson. I'm from a company known as called Meshmod, and at Meshmod, we are an organic farming products company, and we were established in 2016 under the Botswana Companies Act. Our mandate is to produce organic materials that come from nature. Most importantly, we try to do organic farming. So we are based on pesticides and fertilizers, which come from natural environment.
Okay. Can you tell us about the two products on the table? What are they? What do they do?
Okay. This one is the biopesticide and organic pest fertilizer. Mm-hmm. It's a combination of both the fertilizer and the pesticide. So this one would nourish your crops as well as protect them from pests. Mm-hmm. And then this is strictly the pesticide for those who want to get rid of pests or prevent pest infestation in their crops. Mm-hmm. These are familiar with backyard farmers, but we are aiming at getting into commercial production for bigger farmers, which is why we are here with the Unipod Botswana and seeking for funding as well as investors.
Okay. In terms of the day-to-day community problems that need solutions from you as innovators, how does your product make life easier or better for Botswana?
Okay. Our product gives Botswana more options in terms of farming. It gives them the liberty, because these can be used with a short time period until harvest. So if you were to spray your crops within the next 3 days, you could easily harvest them because they are natural and they do not contain pesticides. So our crops give options, our pesticides and fertilizer give farmers the option to produce for different markets and also reach them in a much safer way, because they provide a safe and conducive working environment for both the farmers and the end user, who is the consumer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone might ask, whenever you are mixing to make the product, surely there are some chemical combinations that are formed. So what you are saying is those chemicals are not as strong as the commercial chemicals. What's the difference?
Yes, the difference between our pesticide is that we don't use the industrial pesticides, chemicals. So you would expect that most of the product it's organic, including the preservatives that we try to use. Except maybe from the contents, the containers, they may contain some residue of chemicals, of course, because they are plastic and they come from crude oil. So that's the only challenge that we may have, but in the future we'll look into producing our own containers.
Great stuff.
And
So what was your biggest challenge that you faced in developing your product, and how did the Ideas Test Lab program help you overcome those challenges?
yes, our greatest challenge was finding most of the ingredients. We had to work around getting, like for example, the multi-purpose pesticide. We had to work around finding ingredients that can counter against most, if not all, of the pests and microbial diseases. So that was one of our challenges, was finding the raw materials, but we are getting there. We are 98% loading with achieving the whole material locally. And we want to source them locally so that we could create employment for Botswana and also add value to the already unutilized products that are in the surrounding.
What kind of materials or raw materials are you using in case someone is sitting at home with that kind of material and wonder where they should take it to?
Okay. Most of them, they are part of our secret, design secret, but we use the normal tree extracts, you know, and some animal extracts. We will share them as time goes on, as the product develops. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you are ready to bring your product to the market, or is already in the market? I see it's already branded Botswana.
Yes.
Yeah.
The market is almost market ready, except for some of the standards. We need to meet some of the standards and then also do extensive testing of the entire. We've only tested this on the field and it is proven to work and also caused no harmful impacts whatsoever. So we are looking onto furthering the study of the outcomes from the product.
The Ideas Test Lab program is a result of collaboration between the Botswana universities and support from the US through the Fulbright program by bringing Dr. Gershenson here. How important is this kind of international partnership for innovators like you?
Okay. Well, for starters, we have Buang and University of Botswana have always had a natural partnership from the onset. So this was just a finish up. As a Buang graduate, this was just a finish up touch because we've always had a relationship as Buang students and with the University of Botswana. So with any opportunity that comes along, the University of Botswana's way is our opportunity. So we've always benefited from materials such as the facilities around the campus, also getting to be trained here. We've had mentorship matching here. We've had also call out for funding and also training and development. So we've been coming here for almost anything, and there's an ecosystem, the natural ecosystem for the trainees here and participants that are in the Unipod. If I needed, for example, a machine that can produce a bottle of certain shape, I could talk to the next candidate here, and they could easily produce it for me. So there's a lot that we are working around in terms of developing each other's products and also getting to be networking with people. Those kind of working relationships.
Wonderful. So, and looking ahead, what's your vision for your product and your innovation in Botswana over the next 5 years to a decade?
And we are hoping to foster relationships with most of the stakeholders that are involved in the production of this product. That is the Botswana Bureau of Standards, the University of Botswana, of course, Buang. We hope that they also introduce such entrepreneurial material into their syllabus, so that it could help foster innovation and brilliant ideas from the students, so they know they can broaden their horizons. Yeah, because in this new regime and era, we need to pull in all, cast our nets wide and pull in all the resources that we need, and the brain, the mind resources are also important in this. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, and for the good work that you are doing, for helping our farmers out there and creating employment in our country. Hopefully you'll be partnering with someone and expanding this into aerial manufacturing market.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dr. John Gershenson, you have made multiple visits to Botswana as a Fulbright specialist. Can you tell us how your connection to Botswana began?
Yeah, so it's actually a fantastic story. So a Humphrey fellow from Botswana came to the United States to visit. Dona, he comes to visit, and he's a fantastic networker. So he comes from Buste, works as the registrar there. What is Dona's?
Director of Registry.
Director of Registry there. So he comes, and he's a fantastic networker. So he comes and he sees in my office that there's posters from Kenya. And he literally just walks into my office and just starts asking what I do. And once he finds out what I do, that I work in Kenya, that I do humanitarian engineering and social entrepreneurship, he just starts striking up a conversation and says, you know what you do, you should collaborate with people in Botswana. Next thing I know, somehow, some way, he convinces me to hop on a plane. Next thing I know, I'm in Botswana collaborating with people there. It just shows you the value of networking and the value of just, walking in and saying hello, and the value of these interchanges are not just the project that you go to do, it's the people that you meet when you go to do the project.
Right, wonderful. The Ideas Test Lab program, or UNIPOD, brings 3 universities, University of Botswana, Buang, Buste. What problem were you trying to solve when you helped design this program?
Sure. So this Idea Test Lab, which is operating at all 3 of the universities equally and together. So basically it interoperates among all 3 of these universities. And the problem that it solves is, for most community members, for most students even, for most faculty and staff at each of these universities, the problems that they're trying to solve, the innovations that they're coming up with, don't happen exclusively within the domains, a singular domain that they're working in. Mm-hmm. They happen at the borders. That's where all of the exciting innovations happen. They happen where 2 interesting things slam together, right? So if you think about it, if you have a technical university, you have an agricultural university, you have one that's perhaps better known for business, it's a more comprehensive university. What are the odds that an innovation will solely be able to be solved and supported within only one of these universities? Innovations aren't siloed. Ideas should not be siloed, right? So the support for that should not be siloed. So what we wanted was the ability for these innovators and these community members to be able to themselves be able to interoperate among these 3 universities. Mm-hmm. So the idea was, how do we get these 3 universities to fully collaborate to create a multi-week program where they would all come together and community members could take what they had from an initial idea and then turn it into something that was ready to be fully tested at the market level.
Right.
What's been really interesting, and which highlights the absolute need for this Ideas Test Lab, is nearly to an innovator. Every innovator has come up to me and said, I have this fantastic solution. Mm-hmm. Here's this solution, and it's going to change the world, or it's going to change things. And they tell me all about it. And then I say, that's really interesting. How many customers have you spoken to? How many people with this problem have you spoken to? And they're like, oh, I haven't spoken to anybody yet, but I'm positive this is the solution. And this is exactly what the Ideas Test Lab is all about. Like, you don't have a solution until first you have a problem that needs a solution. And you don't know that you have a problem until first you've spoken to people. So what I tell everybody is, don't tell me about a solution until first you've spoken to at least 1,000 people. Don't tell me you have a problem until first you've spoken to at least 100 or 1,000 people, right? So the Idea Test Lab is about what we call, one of the many things that it's about, but at the heart of it is this idea of product market fit, right? Does your product, does your solution really have a market around it? Does it have people who actually have that problem where they will need it? And that's why we need this Ideas Test Lab, because it's really easy to come up with a solution. It's really difficult to know that people really have that problem and that it has value to them.
The partnership is between the 3 universities.
Yes.
Can a community member walk to any of the 3 universities and say, here is my idea, and how would they deal with the idea to make it a solution?
They can literally just walk in the door at any of the 3 universities, exactly as you said. Each one, it's very different, but at the very least, they can just walk into the research office at any of the 3, and they will be pointed to the correct place. If you're at UB, it's very easy because you just walk right into the Unipod. That's the easiest place to walk into first. I mean, I would say out of all 3 universities, also because it's in Gabs, it's just the easiest place to enter into, but also as well at Bust and Wuhan, it's really easy to just walk into. Basically, you just walk in the front door and say, I have an idea, who do I talk to? And they will point you in the right direction. And that is the very first entry spot. The whole idea behind the Ideas Test Lab is to make it exactly that easy for any community member. You don't have to be a professor. You don't have to be a researcher. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be a student. You don't have to have graduated with anything. You don't need a certificate or a degree or a diploma in anything. You just have to have a good idea.
That's brilliant. You, the director of the Humanitarian Engineering and Social Entrepreneurship Program at Penn State, how does the Idea Test Lab model address real-world challenges like unemployment and manufacturing in Botswana?
Sure. So I run the Humanitarian Engineering and Social Entrepreneurship Program at Penn State University. So there, what we're trying to do is collaborate with people around the world to scale up solutions to big, hairy, complex problems that everyday people have in lower middle income countries. And similarly here, I think almost everything that I've seen come through the doors, everybody's trying to do the exact same thing. They're trying to solve problems that will lead to economic growth. They're trying to solve problems that will eventually lead to greater employment. They're trying to solve problems that will lead to feeding more people, irrigation solutions, etc. Like solve some really, really important problems. But they need to take that very first step. And the first step is making sure that they're not just coming up with a pie-in-the-sky technology that's an exciting technology that doesn't solve a problem. So what I always refer to is it's a hammer in search of a nail, right? So a lot of people are really good technically, they're tinkerers, they're really good at coming up with innovations, but just because you came up with an innovation doesn't mean that it solves a problem. The hard thing is finding important problems to solve. That's what we're looking for in the Ideas Test Lab, is to take these innovators and push them backwards. Say, I almost don't care about your solution that you came in with. What I like is that you're excited about these customers. You're excited about this problem. Let's push you back to the beginning and make sure you're solving the right problem before you get too excited about that solution.
As we celebrate 250 years of American independence and 60 years of US-Botswana friendship, what does this partnership mean for the future of innovation in Botswana?
Yeah, so I've been lucky enough to be here 5 or 6 times now. I can't remember the exact number. I've been lucky enough to do, as part of it, there have been 2 Fulbrights that your embassy has been fantastic enough to support. 2 a college and university has supported it as well. I've made so many different partnerships with so many different people here, and I would just tell everybody that is out there that that the way forward is never working alone. The way forward is never, you know, especially if you're in a small, if you think you're in a small country, I mean, of 2.5 million people, but even if you think you're in a big country of nearly 400 million people, the way forward is just never alone. The way forward is to walk together wherever possible. I think on paper it's supposed to be that I am coming here to give my knowledge to other people, and I think that it has been at best 50-50. If not, I have been the clear winner in terms of how much knowledge I have gained throughout this process, and how much I have grown throughout this process. So I think it is all about those partnerships and how much we grow individually and how much we give to each other. And I think you get back from a partnership tenfold from what you give to a partnership.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Gershenson, for your dedication to building this partnership and for showing us the power of educational exchange.
Thank you. And thank you as well for all your support in it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Today, we will be interviewing you, Freddie, as one of the innovators, and I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello everyone, my name is I am the founder of Innovations. I'm a young innovator born and raised here in Botswana. Thank you so much for having me here.
Can you tell us about your product and what problem it's solving?
So this product is a biofertilizer, and it addresses the main concern that continuous use of chemical fertilizers has caused our soils to become dead and barren. So which means that farmers, after a few production cycles, they stop being able to grow that food or grow food for them to be commercial. So the product addresses that problem, where it helps bring life back into the soil so that the farmer can continue to be productive and continue to make a living.
So this is the Pharma Vita product, right? Are these 3 different bottles the same or different? I see there's soil enhancer here. Are they the same?
They're the same.
Oh, okay.
They're the same.
So can you tell us what inspired you to develop Pharma Vita?
So the inspiration came from living with my late aunt. She used to be very ill with colon cancer, and one of the issues that was brought up was the idea that chemicals that we use in farming actually affect us way more than we thought. They can affect the way we digest food, they can affect our digestive system, our immune system. So she really believed in organics, because when you used to have a good meal, you just rested and you'll be fine. But nowadays, the pill is the automatic go-to whenever you get sick, no longer an organic thing. So what I realized was that a lot of the organic foods used to have compounds that would help us fight diseases, fight all these things. So she really believed in organic, to the point where we had a garden ourselves. So I kept experimenting from my background in biotech to continue composting, and that's when the innovation came.
So where you are, this product is like ready. I can walk away with one of the bottles and start enhancing my soil.
Yes, you can. You can use them right now. We're still in the trial of validating with lab testing, but we are market ready. We've already issued out different trials across 80% of Botswana's soil types.
Okay. All right. So how did the IDS Test Lab program and the support from Unipod help your idea from conceptualization to the ready market?
So the support from Unipod honestly helped me with trying to build a business case around my solution, because the product represents a system that is not really there in the market. A lot of people have waste, but they don't know how to deal with it, especially at a commercial level, where you have people buying fertilizers, but they're also paying to remove the waste that can be used to make that fertilizer. So outside of this, for the farmers, it also helped me to look at the business model in the bigger picture. That in every community, they can be able to produce fertilizers and be able also to export, because now Botswana is looking at being export driven. So organic inputs are needed because that's what their regulations are. They need organic products. They don't want chemical use. So this product represents a system that can strengthen our economy.
Right. As we celebrate the 60 years of Botswana's independence and of US-Botswana's partnership, what does the support mean to you as an innovator as you're closing?
It really means a lot because it's honestly a testimony of how far this country has come, but it also helps me understand that there's still more that we can do. And with the continued look, we can look towards not only being local, as we like to put ourselves, but also being able to make a global impact as well. So that's why I'm very
Great. Thank you so much for your innovation and for showing us how ideas become solutions that change lives. I don't think I remember you saying which of the 3 universities you are studying from.
So I graduated at BUST.
Okay.
I did biological sciences and biotechnology.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for your time.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much to Dr. John Gershenson and the 2 innovators that we spoke to. This is a result of collaboration between Botswana's universities and support from US through a Fulbright program partnership. How important is this kind of international partnerships for innovators? It is a way to exchange ideas, exchange knowledge, and increase global trade through this kind of partnerships and researches. Thank you.